Let's bring in retired U.S. Army Colonel Joe Buccino. He is the author of the upcoming book, The High Stakes Communicator's Handbook. Colonel, welcome.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Mike. Critical moment here for Europe, critical moment for Ukraine and Russia, and also a critical moment for American diplomacy.
What are your takeaways from what we've seen and heard so far from President Trump and Ukraine's President Zelenskyy?
Mike, think about how far we've come since February of this year, that contentious White House meeting with Zelenskyy and Trump. You know, if nothing else, this creates momentum. There's still a lot to be developed. There's a lot here with Donbass and what Russia is going to give up. The Zaporizhzhia power plant, the largest power plant in Europe, that's in contention. Very difficult for me to imagine that Russia is going to give up rights to that power plant. But, you know, diplomacy starts and ends here. Diplomacy doesn't happen on a battlefield. It happens in these kind of conference rooms, in these kinds of meetings. And I think that's where we're headed. What Zelenskyy wants ultimately is not a ceasefire. What Zelenskyy and Ukraine want is a peace deal that's going to ensure there's hundreds of thousands of troops operating along a demilitarized zone so that they're not fighting this again in another 10 years.
Interesting. Would you be more hopeful if Vladimir Putin were at the table with them, or is that like the final step?
I think we're steps away from that. I could not imagine Putin at this moment, while he's hitting Kyiv with drones in the largest sustained drone attack of this year. I couldn't imagine Putin entering into that negotiation. He wants to continue the kind of slow attrition of this war. He sees, frankly, that it's winning for him in this moment. And so, you know, this is where I think Trump's sort of gut instinct, stream of consciousness style works so effectively, right? Sometimes he's bullish on Putin. Sometimes he's bullish on Zelenskyy. It's all nested under a national strategy that is considered of America's vital national interest in Europe and the European Union. But it kind of goes on the path of his street smarts. And I believe that, you know, he's going to get there. This is a step towards getting there.
We know President Trump's a results-oriented guy, likes to make deals. Do you think he will run out of patience with Putin at some point?
Oh, I do. I think it'll be in the coming months. But I also think that he understands the long game here. He understands what Putin wants. He understands how Putin thinks. You know, Putin, frankly, is not terribly complicated. He's a manipulator, but he's not terribly complicated in terms of what he's looking for here. Obviously, he's looking for power. He views this as an existential threat in terms of keeping, holding on to the Donbass. And so I think, you know, look, diplomacy, negotiations, Henry Kissinger understood that. You give up something, I give up something, right? So it can't be that Zelenskyy is giving up the Donbass and getting nothing in return. It can't be that Putin is giving up the power plant and getting nothing in return. That's what diplomacy is, and I think this stream of consciousness style that Trump, you know, the kind of world he inhabits and the mind that he has that follows a non-traditional path, I feel like it's working. You've got momentum here. You got more momentum, frankly, than you ever had in the Biden administration, and I think we're on a good glide path.
Seeing the senior level officials in the Trump administration at that table with Zelenskyy, does that signal to you that this is a very serious effort? They're really putting all the key players at the table.
You've got all the right people there. I think the real key players in this so far have been Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, and really hammering out this 20-point deal that Zelenskyy is bringing to the table now. It's the same 20-point deal, roughly, that was discussed in February, but Zelensky's come around on a lot of American positions, on a lot of Trump's positions. So he's been moved by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, and to a lesser extent Marco Rubio, towards an agreement or a deal that Trump can broker with Putin.
If President Trump and Zelenskyy come out and speak to reporters at the end of this meeting, would you take that as a good sign that there are signs of progress?
I would look at it as another sign of momentum, and frankly, I think they will do that. I think they'll have platitudes. I think they're going to have positive comments. I think President Trump is going to say positive things about President Zelenskyy and vice versa, and I think that's going to create more momentum. And frankly, you know that Putin is going to be watching that.
Retired U.S. Army Colonel Joe Buccino, thanks very much for your analysis today.
Thanks so much, Mike.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.